Okay, so this video is going to be for your warm up, and I want you doing this anytime before we have a phone call, and anytime you're doing any workouts or different drills that I'm giving you. Super duper important that you warm up your body, and feel free to do more than what I say, but don't ever do less. Like, I want you to make sure that your body is super warm, that you're stretched out. I don't want you getting hurt. So I'm going to describe it as if you were on a softball field. So if you actually have a field you can access, that's awesome. If not, you can just get creative wherever you're at, whether it's on your property or wherever. I will preface that I'm going to be having you do some things in like a base path, and that's going to be 60 feet long. So if your dad or mom or brother, if you guys want to like measure out 60 feet on your property, that's awesome too. Get creative, but just for ease of explanation, I'm just going to describe it as if we're on a softball field. So if you were on a softball field, in the very beginning, I would have you do a jog around the entire field. So not the infield. I would have you start at the backstop, go all the way to right field, around the outfield, back to the third baseline, all the way to the backstop. So just do one big loop. So if you can get creative and just estimate how far you would need to jog at your home or wherever you're doing these workouts, just do something close to the equivalent. Doesn't need to be exact. Just a nice little jog to get your heart rate up. And I want it to be really slow when you start, like a super slow jog. And when you go on your jog, I should have grabbed my glove for this, but I don't have it. I want you to have your catcher's glove with you, and I want you to practice running with your glove tucked. So pretend that I'm wearing my glove and I'm tucking my glove. So you're going to be running like this, practicing with having your glove tucked every time you're doing your warm-up jog. After that, you can ditch your glove. But then what I would have you do is you're going to line up, generally in right field. You'll line up on the first baseline facing center field. So I'm going to pretend like this is the first baseline. This is where I'm going to start. I'm facing center field, and you're going to go in a straight line, and you're going to do everything directed towards second base. And then you can also do it coming back, obviously. So the first thing you're going to do after you've gone on your jog is you're going to be doing a lunge with a twist. So one leg, lunge, you want this at a 90, and twist. Stand up, and for lack of space, I'm backing up, but you would just keep going forward. Do the other leg, twist. And you're always going to be twisting over the leg that is up. So my right leg is up, twisting to the right. My left leg is up, twisting to the left. And I want you doing that all the way down to all the way down until you match second base. So you're going to be in line with second base. And then you'll turn around and you'll go back towards the first baseline. Also, I'm probably going to get really out of breath from doing this. I have hardly been exercising, so please forgive me. So you're all the way, you go down, now you're at second base. You're going to turn around and you're going to face the first baseline, and I want you to do knee hugs. And a knee hug just looks like this. You're literally hugging your knee. And I want you doing that all along the first baseline. If you need to, if it's too many hugs, you can hug, then 1, 2, 3, hug. Totally cool with whatever you do. Whole point is that you're moving and you're hugging your knee. So you can stretch out your hamstrings on the opposite leg and a little bit your quad here. And then you'll turn back around. I want you to do butt kicks. These are butt kicks, and you're going to be pumping your arms. Your hands are going to be going from cheek to cheek. And so you're going to kick. And you're just going to keep going back and forth from first base, second base, second base, back and forth this whole time. Then I want you doing high knees. So you're going to be jumping, but high knees. The opposite arm is being pumped from the knee that's going up. And then I want you doing a quad stretch. So stretch, stretch. This is another one that you can do the stretch. And then 1, 2, stretch. It's alternating legs as you go down the baseline. Okay. And then the last one I'm going to have you do As for stretches going in the lines, is a side lunge. So this is the baseline. You're gonna start facing the outfield. You're gonna lunge and then side to side. And then you're gonna turn around, just staying in view, and face the field. Do the same thing, side to side. Turn, side to side. Turn, and so on. All the way until you reach either baseline, whichever one you're going towards. Once you've done those stretches, I want you to do arm circles. So big arm circles, 10 big arm circles forward, 10 big arm circles back. And then I also want to see you do 10 little arm circles forward, 10 little arm circles back. Then you're going to do this stretch for a count of 10, and it's a slow count. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 10. Switch arms, count to 10. Then I want you to do this stretch as well. You're going to be pulling down. I'm sure that you're very familiar with these stretches, and if not, I'm sure your parents are aware of them. So both arms for that. And then I want you, I don't really have a name for these, but it just feels really good. You kind of like flop your arms around. I want you to do 10 of these as well. Just swing them around and go from there. If you still feel you need more stretches, go ahead and do whatever feels good. Once you've done that, I want you to line back up on the baseline. So you'll start on the first baseline, facing center field, towards the second baseline. And I want you to do a jog. So you're gonna run at 50% of what your sprint is. So if your sprint is super fast, this is gonna be half that. And I want you to go down and back, down and back. So you're gonna do that twice. So down and back twice at 50%. And then I want you to kick it up a notch. Do about 75%, down and back twice. And then I want you to go full on sprint, down and back twice as well. And then you'll be warmed up. If you have any questions, let me know before you do any of this. I know it's really hard for me to explain exactly how things go through a video. So no worries if you have questions, and we'll go from there.